Hey friends, this is Jared again for our third Makey Makey video. Today we're learning how to reprogram the Makey Makey, and with any other thing that you do, you have to plug it into the computer with the USB cable. We saw in the first video how to do that, and it's the same process for reprogramming it. The instructions that I use to reprogram the Makey Makey, and every time I do this I have to look it up, is this Instructables page that's called Caret Piano. So if anything that I say contradicts this Instructables, follow the Instructables instead, because that's what I follow. But the basic process is download some software from the Makey Makey people, and that software should open up in the Arduino programming environment. And this Arduino environment is the same environment that you're going to use if you're going to teach an Arduino class or lab. I don't think we've written those yet, but if they ever do get written, this is the environment that you use to reprogram lots of different microcontrollers. The name of the kind of chip that's on this board is called an Atmel, and you're not going to be able to see it with that camera, I don't think. It's printed in gray on top of that black. No, yeah, it's an Atmel. Atmel chips drive lots of different microcontrollers, and there's Atmels probably responsible for the electronic locking in all of the doors here in the basement, definitely on every Arduino that we've got in the closet, and on these Makey Makeys. The environment's starting up now, and if you're using the computer that corresponds to the Pac-Man game, it's already got the software that reprograms it built in, so you can open the recent program Makey Makey, and it's got all of the stuff that you need right here. If you're doing this on a different computer, or you can't find this software, go back to the Makey Makey website and download it. There's a lot of code on this first page that tells the thing how to work, and you don't want to mess that up because it won't work anymore. Instead, move to the second tab called settings.h and change things there. It's got some instructions written in the comments on the code about how to change it, but the basic idea is that it'll tell you, like, top side of the Makey Makey board has the up arrow pad, the down pad, left and right, the space, and the mouse click buttons. And then the corresponding button that it actually presses is encoded in this text that is on each line. And so what you can do is you type in a new thing there. So let's say that instead of the up arrow on the front of our board, which you remember is this pad right here, we want that pad, when you press it, to actually press the key F. And so we can put an F in single quotes, and then the up arrow pad is going to press F when we upload this code to the Makey Makey again. In the Arduino environment, the upload button is this arrow with a circle in it. And when you're ready to reprogram your Makey Makey, you click on that button, and then the console down here will tell you lots of code, and you don't have to worry about what it says, unless it's an error. If it's an error, I can't help you. Go online for the error. But the long and short of it is it should say success when it's done, and then your Makey Makey's been reprogrammed. The other thing I like to do when I reprogram Makey Makeys is open up a simple text editor. On Windows it's called Notepad, and then I give myself spacebar space to like move in and put the cursor in the middle, and then I can use the Makey Makey arrow keys to move the cursor around and double check that the arrows that I have do what I want them to do, right? By just tapping on the Makey Makey and looking on the screen to see which way the cursor moves around in that space, you can check to see that each button's doing what you want it to do. And if I hit the space bar, I add extra spaces, mouse click will highlight, right, because that's what the mouse button does. And if you want to test the reprograms that you've done on any of these headers, you can use any sort of header that'll plug into that space. Just plug it in, and then with them connected, you can tap on each piece of metal. If your finger's too big to get each one specifically, I recommend like a small screwdriver, which I don't have with me right now, but just a little something to touch each piece of metal separately. And then you can check to see that it does what you want it to do.
Okay.